Yep.
The DM's actually not buffering. He's actually just rolling so many dice.
Yep.
You guys hear me?
So Crash is
Yes.
running
I
it.
can hear Rain.
Oh, hello.
All right, we're back. We're almost back.
We're
We're
back.
getting there.
Ooh, woohoo.
Oh my god, I feel so bad.
That's okay.
I gotta get that fixed.
It gave us more time to, panic and realize the gravity of the situation.
Yeah.
Yay.
The consequences of Biff's actions.
The Biffs.
And
of our
Leo's
culture.
actions.
I think I did a nice thing. Mine was 2 people and their wives.
Yeah, I don't think Leo necessarily did anything wrong. And I don't think Biff necessarily did anything wrong. It just blew up in our face. Mm-hmm.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Everybody good?
Yeah.
We good for
Yep.
now? Okay, cool.
Yep, Serial's just grabbing something. She can hear us, but she can't talk.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Where was I?
Should be. The lady showed up and has gone upstairs, and now that she's out of sight, out of mind, people are back to ordering drinks, and that's kind of where we left off.
Well, no, she didn't go upstairs. She's just walked in and closed the door behind her.
Oh, walked in. That's right, because everyone's outside getting
So
drinks.
she's
That's right.
talking to all of you. So
Oh,
That's so much worse.
all right, are you all still connected to the table? Because the drop caused Fantasy Grounds to waver, but it says I'm connected
no.
and I see all
I'm
of you.
Nope,
connected.
still here.
So.
Everybody's synced. Okay, cool. All right.
Well, here.
So she will basically come in, walk right over to you, Gimbal. No, wait, Gimbal's downstairs.
Yep.
You're upstairs
No,
still.
I would have come down because
Eventually? Okay.
we heard her coming.
Okay, cool.
I cleaned my robes and then left the room.
Okay, so she will walk right up to you. She says, Master Gimbal, and she will bow to you. I've heard great things. Vajra speaks highly of you.
Very humbled. Thank you. Just bows very deeply.
She will smile at you and then walk over to Leovar. Leovar, a pleasure. I hope that you find Waterdeep is better than you first visit.
Oh, the pleasure is mine. Thank you, and I will bow as well.
She will look around the room a little bit, and again, it's only you two and Rain. She will walk up to Rain because you two are upstairs, so she hasn't looked up yet. So she'll walk over to Rain. Rain, Maximilian praises you. It is a pleasure.
Hi.
She just gives you a little smirk. She says, "Now, where is the Emerald Bar that I've heard so much about?"
Is she
Leo
still on the
points
chandelier?
up again.
Everybody turns.
Everyone just points up.
She will follow your fingers and look up. Biff.
Yeah.
Hiding in the chandelier.
Biff's like very shakily waving her hand, and her body is visibly shaking at the same amount as her hand.
Lavender in front of Biff's face, just like a little puff of
Very
fresh
loud
air.
sneeze happens.
Might not help.
She looks up at you and she smiles a beautiful smile, like it lights up the room. And then she looks over, like she kind of leans towards Gimbal. Is she gonna be okay?
Yeah, they're I'm sure that they can handle this. Just none of us are necessarily used to performing to such esteemed guests.
It'll be fine. Just imagine us all naked. And then she'll look over at Cyril. She says, "You, I don't know that well. I believe the name is Cyril."
Yes. Mm, Would Serial have any interaction with like the Fae, like the Circle of the Faes in the Feywild? Like, would she know how to treat like fancy smancy people of the Fae?
I would say. Well, remember, there's not that many Fae. Like, so you were a animal in the Feywild, so
Right.
you wouldn't
Like,
have.
that's why I was asking. Would she have any idea?
That's up to you.
Okay.
Syria
Yep.
just goes sup.
Because Serial,
Peace.
right?
It's up to you. Yeah, I didn't go too much into your background, so I'll let you decide.
Serial has seen other people bow. She'll try her best to set bowing. And try not to grimace at the fact that bowing is not something an animal should normally do. Like,
Okay.
let's not roll on our back and show our tummies right now, okay?
Okay.
Well,
So
you're not you're protecting your tummy.
yeah, actually, yeah,
technically. You're covering it.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying though, is like Serial sees and smells the power radiating off this person.
yes.
She knows that she has more power than Serial is. Serial's main action may be to just be that of an animal and just show her your tummy.
Like just roll over.
She's
That'd be-
trying
that'd be
not
funny.
to.
That'd be
Just
funny.
submit. Just submit.
Yeah, that's what Serial is like, trying not to do that.
Okay.
So, she'll say, trying to correct her pronunciation of her name just a little bit. She will bow and say, "My name is Serial. It's nice to meet you," and keep her eyes downcast.
Cereal. I will make a note of it. I'm sure we'll be hearing good things. Gimbal, Leo, Rain, you were closer to her. You could see that she was like visibly like it affected her that she didn't get her name right.
Oh.
It's Biff's fault.
It was a mistranslation. We were growing up. It's not my fault.
Well, all
I guess we should probably explain to the group or the chat. Serial's name is Serial. Biff calls her Cereal because she speaks Sylvan,
Right.
not Elven.
and everyone
Yeah,
has heard your
it is,
name
like-
as Cereal. So nobody, like, it's not written anywhere for her to read it.
Nope.
So she's only heard your name because it's been repeated to her. That's why she would
Yeah, I'm
call
just
you by an
explaining.
incorrect name. But no, I'm just
Yep.
saying that's why she would call you by an incorrect
Yep.
name. So hearing it, trust me, more people will get your name right now. Because I think that's the first time you've corrected anybody too.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh,
It would be
that's
the
why I
Lady
was
of
like-
Waterdeep. Wonderful job.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Well, so here's the thing. Serial realizes as a person of power, you might want to like have your name figured out by the person of power because Biff is gonna knock it out of the world tonight.
Oh.
So, you know.
Oh.
She says
No extra pressure on you, Beth.
so she'll
Smile.
she'll look up and she says she'll make the mention that I will make a note of it, and then she will look over at you, Gimbal. She says, "Shall we?" And she kind of puts her hand out towards you.
Yep. Let's. Absolutely. Autopilot.
So she'll
That's
take
not compute.
No,
in
empty head.
No thoughts.
she's
Brain empty.
she's just droning on in your mind.
I got
Womp,
nothing
womp,
left.
womp, 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 womp.
Just like it's just like that like buzzing, that like white noise. Just,
Alright, so you just hear white noise as she's walking. Basically, she lets you guide her up to her chair. As you're walking up the stairs, people are just like running up, standing at attention, making sure they announce her as she arrives. She will walk up. She will thank you. Like you see her bow and thank you. Again, white noise, so you might not hear any of the words that she said to you. But she was
yeah,
talking
like,
to you
I
going
think
up
like
steps.
after Yeah, I think like once we like get halfway up the steps, he'll like sort of like, okay, I can do this. Yeah, no, just so it'll like fade back in,
It's
so he
only
gets like the the
it's only
second
one
half of the
flight.
conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's basically
exactly.
congratulating you on your successes. You know that you've met some very influential people, and we were so glad to receive the notice. And she thought definitely it was something that she wanted to look into herself.
Yep, and I'll just relay my I'm so very grateful and honored that you came to look into it yourself, and I hope that the evening is quite enjoyable for you, and thank you again for honoring us with your presence. And then as they bow and I bow as well, and just slowly walk away, trying to maintain composure.
As as you go to walk away, one of the clerk women with the chalkboard, not chalkboard, clipboard, she's gonna like
It's like
stop
table.
you and guide you to your chair.
Yep, yep, yep. No, I'm trapped.
So she will sit you down. Leo, Rain, what are you two doing?
Yep.
That's good.
Well, I would continue to try to help with everyone downstairs, and if it's busy and they need to bring more money up, I'll either swap spots with um, Bonnie and try to help serve some stuff or calm things down if needed,
Mm-hmm.
or take the money for her, something like that. But I'm gonna help downstairs.
Okay. So you go outside and try to help, and you notice a couple of things about the crowd. One, everybody seems
Mhm.
very calm. Also, it's not your typical dock ward crowd. There are wealthy people, like in line, talking gracefully to each other, waiting for their glasses of wine.
Interesting. We have. I'll look at Ruby and be like, "Do we have wine?
She points over to like a rack of bottles.
Was that part of the shipment?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good thing I had him pick the drinks. Then
Mhm.
that wouldn't have crossed my mind."
No, you are a full service tavern right now. Except you're outside in the street, not in a tavern. But that's a little. But yeah,
Minor detail.
they're having conversations and they're talking, through tight lips. Yes, I know. And they're going on about their business. Standing right next to sailors are like, "Let me get 2 pints."
Mhm.
But
That's
um but people are like, again, they're out in the street singing, having a good old time. Some of the like lesser class are like trying to be friendly with some of the upper class. You can see several lutes and harps out in the crowd, amongst the crowd. But yes, you notice all that. Rain, what are you doing?
I might as well follow Gimbal.
Okay, you follow Gimbal upstairs. You see the whole exchange. So what you see as you follow Gimbal up is Gimbal and the lady will separate. The lady will walk over to the daises, walk up it, and look out over the crowd. As she looks out over the crowd, there's several cheering, applause, hoorays, and she will begin to speak to the crowd. And she says, "People of Waterdeep," and you realize that her voice is magnified, and it just everyone can hear it. Leo, you hear her. Like people yelling orders at you, and you suddenly hear this crystal music like voice wash over the crowd. Everyone looks up to pay attention. And she says, "People of Waterdeep, it is good to see many of you have attended today. It is not often that we get to come together, old and young, rich and poor, as one city. Hopefully, I can see more of this. Perhaps this is the beginning of a new custom. We shall see. So, please enjoy the festivities. Enjoy the day. I'm sure the show will be starting soon. Thank you. And she will turn and head towards her seat.
Oh, oh, look at Ruby and go. Did she just say a new custom?
Uh, Ruby's like, yeah, I heard that too.
We're starting traditions.
I think as soon as the lady went past Serial and went like outside and Gimble followed and all that stuff, I think Serial would have just like taken a breath and accidentally turned into a saber-tooth tiger. And she's just like right next to Biff.
Yeah, this is cool. This is cool. We're doing
Yep,
great things
Yep,
here.
Serial and Biff are probably like having cuddles right now as we're both trying to keep ourselves from
Yeah.
panicking.
We're
We're
gonna
doing great.
die.
We're doing good things.
So-
We're doing
great
great.
things.
Biff, Serial, do you remember the name of the clerk that helped you pick out the music?
I think I wrote it down. Give me two. Where'd my book open? Special identities, friends. Who the fuck is Surge? I think it's Surge.
I think it is Surge too.
Sergey.
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 Wait, is it Sergey?
I don't know. That's how I wrote it. But in parentheses, I wrote "gonna get me killed." So I'm like, I think that's him. I should put a smiley face next to that because I thought it was literal.
Wait.
I don't think that's the same person.
I don't know who else it could have been.
I didn't write it down. I just said that we went to the Bard College to get sheet music.
Right.
Yeah, I think Serge or Sergey or whatever, however you want to pronounce it.
Because I wrote
The
clerk.
guy.
Nice.
Uh,
I don't know.
So his
Sergey
name
is
is now
Sir-
Clark.
Clark.
The
Clerk.
clerk.
Clark. We could go with Clark. I like Clark.
No.
Clark
Get
that's-
Bruce.
Bard.
Now
we
get
have
Clark.
we have to maintain the continuity. No.
Okay,
no
well
Clark.
I put.
No
I
Bruce
put
and no
Sergey
Clark.
first.
Stop it.
No, we have Bruce.
We already
you,
have
you already
Bruce.
introduced Bruce.
I know.
Bard.
I'm not putting Clark in it
Surge.
too. No,
Sergey.
I'm pretty sure it was Surge.
Yeah, Surge sounds correct.
All right. I'm going. I mean, hopefully, it's right. I really should, but yeah, I put clerk, so that's not good. All right. So, yeah, that's who he is. Actually, Artemis. Long story. Okay, so you will you will hear the door open, and you will hear like, "Out, stand aside," and you will see Surge, another bard you don't know, and Danelio. They'll walk in.
Oh
that's
shit.
right.
Okay, well I actually have to
Yeah.
go down to greet them.
You jump out of, you fall out of, you roll off
No.
the freaking chandelier.
No, I'm waiting for them to come up and then I will greet like I'll get off the chandelier and go.
Okay. So they're walking in, and Danilio's like, "Are you sure? I mean, some of these music selections, I don't think like only Leo. Actually, Leo went outside, so it's only them three in here. And you were on the chandelier with a saber-tooth tiger, so they don't really notice you. It's an empty bar, and they like kind of look around. And Danilio's like, I don't understand why she would pick those songs. They're like near impossible for a single bard. I mean, you sure those are the ones she wanted? And Surge will actually turn around and say, absolutely, she requested them.
Serial will just
Son of a
chuff
bitch.
and bring the attention to the fact that they're not alone.
They'll look up and go, that's a big cat.
Hi.
Oh,
I'll peek my head out. Hi.
Biff.
How's it going? Hi.
Why are you on the chandelier?
Theatrical performances, you know.
Oh,
Kinda, yeah.
well, we are we supposed to just? Where is everyone? They start looking at the chairs like they're gonna take a seat.
No, just you come upstairs. Come upstairs. To the rooftop. Come on.
So Artemis is talking to Gimbal at the table. Well,
I have many questions about that statement, but that's fine. It's fine.
there,
she's a genasi, isn't
Yeah.
she?
I wish I
she's
didn't look. I
she's
wish I didn't look.
a-
Now I'm panicking.
a fire genasi.
Yeah.
So, you tell them come upstairs, and they're like, "Oh, okay." So they like head up the stairs, and they're like, they point to the door, and you hear immediately. She runs over and she's like, "Oh, you're late. What took you so long? How did you arrive after her ladyship? I mean, come, get to your seats. She's already made her speech." He's like, "We were running behind. Did you see the crowd out there? We don't have armed guards to part the people." And she's like, "Always making excuses, Danielio. Get out there and take your seats." You see them walk out. He's like, "Well, good luck, Biff." And they kind of get shuffled out as he waves.
Thanks.
As the other one, the unknown one, kind of walks in, right with him. You think he is probably another teacher at the college. And Serge
Does
kind
he
of
look nice, or
he
does he
look-
look like
evil.
nice? As in, like he's a nice person.
He
Or
looks
he walking through here like Snape.
he no he looks educated. Serge is walking through here looking like Snape because as everybody shuffled away, he kind of looks back at you and gives you just an unsettling smirk.
Oh, you son of a bitch! I don't say that in real life. I'm saying it in my head. God damn you.
Biff just realized that he was trying to sabotage you.
Yup.
Theriel will look at Biff with like a raised like eyebrow.
I will whisper. So I think that maybe he gave me these really hard songs, which gave me a little bit of a headache on purpose so that I'd mess up. So let's just keep an eye on him, okay?
Theriel starts to turn towards the door and starts walking away,
Goodbye.
Which door?
growling. The one that
Wait,
has all the
Don't
people.
attack them. We don't know that they know that we might know.
Theriel
You're doing
looks
this
over
in
her
cat
shoulder at
form?
Biff.
Just go take your seats. We're probably gonna start soon, okay?
Theriel sits her butt down where she was.
Okay, good job. This is gonna go great, guys. Woohoo.
Sarah
Yep.
walk over to Biff and just give her a big ol' lick on the arm.
Yeah, we got this, buddy.
All right.
Uh,
So from downstairs, you two are still near the chandeliers. You haven't gotten off yet because they got shuffled away from you right away. So you hear,
mhm.
"I've done it," and a door slams open.
What?
Biff, you've been given inspiration, by the way. Thank you,
Oh
Drake.
shit!
No.
Yes,
Cole-
I'm
Cole
so
Drake
not gonna
has-
fuck up. I can't fuck up.
Nope,
Thanks,
you got
guys.
this, Biff.
Yep.
So, the door will slam open. Boom. Standing in the doorway with a little cart is Dasher. He rolls out his little cart, and you can see the food on it arranged, and it just looks scrumptious. And there's some pots with lids and some ladles sticking off of them. And he rolls the cart over to the stairs, and he's like, "Fuck!"
Oh.
And he walks over to the front door. Opens up the door. He's like, "Kelso, I need you to help me carry up the food." He's like, "Don't you have a cart?" "There's stairs." It's like, I
Wasn't
know.
there one
I was-
person waiting for it though? Like
Yeah.
they're waiting.
She's gone running off. As soon as
Oh,
he kicked
gotcha.
open the
Oh.
door, she ran off.
I'll offer my assistance if he came out to the front.
Like, I was gonna say, like, I'm probably. Oh no, I'm at the fucking table.
Nope,
You're at the
You're at
table.
the
You
table
can't go
already.
anywhere.
I don't want to
You
be
were
there.
out of
I
the
don't want to
table.
be there. I don't
Yep.
want to be. This is the only
You
place
don't
I
have
don't
a
want to be.
choice.
I'm,
I'll,
okay, I'm
I'll
just gonna.
offer my assistance if he needs help taking the food up.
He's like, he looks at you. Kelso's like, so two of the halflings come in with you. Kelso's one of them, and they're like, "Okay, you have this." Dasher's like looking at you. He's like, he kind of looks at you, looks up at you for a minute. He's like, He goes over and gets a chair and puts it right in front of you. He climbs onto the chair, so he's looking at you more eye level. And he like
I'm still probably taller than him though.
you're
But
still taller, but he's more eye level, and he's looking up at
yeah.
you, and he goes, he beckons you closer.
Okay, I will lean closer to him.
So he kind of like puts his arm around your shoulder, like to give you a hug, and he like whispers in your ear, "This is my life's work. Don't fuck this up for me."
That's so scary.
I will definitely try not to do that.
Okay, let's go. Now that we know. Remember, I know what you eat.
Nice.
So together, you, him, and it wasn't Kelso that came in. Kelso went back outside to continue helping. It would have been the female. I can't remember her name.
There were two.
I know. It's the short haired one.
I don't remember
Danica?
if that's Bryn. Danica and
Or
Bryn
is it Bryn?
are the.
I think it's Bryn. Hold on. I think it's Bryn. Let me bust open the folder.
I love Ninja so much. It makes me so happy inside.
Why is Ninja bothering you?
Sarcasm.
Oh.
Well, for some reason my browser closed down. It's Ninja's like, you're already in here when I'm clearly not in there and won't let me join back.
Yeah, it's Bryn. Bryn is the one that's helping. That's the short-haired one. All right, so Bryn will be helping you carry the stuff up. And he kind of tells her the same thing, but in Halfling. So if any of you speak Halfling, you would understand it. But I don't think any of you do. And you guys managed to
No.
bring all the food up. So you bring up the cart. The food is basically arranged on one of the tables downstairs. Then you bring up the cart, and then it's brought up one by one, put back on the cart for presentation purposes. Outside, you can hear Gimbal. You see this. Serial Biff, you can hear them and see them moving about. Rain, you went outside with Gimbal, right?
Yeah.
So you're sitting at. You're actually sat. Oh no, you don't have a seat. So they're looking at you, and every now and then they come over to you and go, can we help you?"
See,
Well,
Gimple
she
Mage
did
doesn't
have a
have.
seat, unless someone else took it.
Didn't
Wait.
Volo take her seat?
No. Did you do? I thought you said no, Rain, because she does. She probably wouldn't want to be there.
Well, I
No,
was considering a
yeah.
place for Volo, but then I just gave Volo to the seat person and made it her problem.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. So I may have thought the same way you did. So no, Rain, you do have a seat. You'll be sitting like a couple of seats over from Gimbal.
Okay. So they'll put me there, and I'm just gonna casually move a couple seats to Gimbal.
Okay.
Well, well, but the reason you're a couple seats over is more because there's people between you and me.
I know.
No, there isn't yet. So you watch
They're
Oh,
not
there
there
isn't.
when
yet.
you
Well,
get
there's assigned seats.
right. So you watch Rain like look at the cards and go, whoop.
Oh boy.
She switches a couple of cards and goes and sits
That
next
poor
to you.
lady. That poor lady that's in charge has no idea what our team and our group are.
Right? Okay. So Rain managed.
Probably sad people based off personality.
I do.
Right.
Yeah. So, Rain, you move over to sit next to Gimbal. You move a couple of the cards over so that you can sit next to Gimbal. Gimbal's like watching you, like, what are you doing?
But don't.
Stop
Oh boy.
touching!
Just-
But
who was
there's-
supposed to be sitting next to me? Like,
you look at the name.
yeah.
So one of them is actually the seat you left for Serial.
Yeah.
So one of them is the
That's what I
seat for
expect.
Serial, and then the next one is Denelia, who is going to be walking over to sit with you. But he is talking to one of the bards, and he comes over and comes right over to the table, walks up to Ariel with all kinds of familiarity, leans in and gives her a kiss on the cheek. And you can see that she's sitting there, and she has a look on her face like she just wants to smack him.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, Lord Thane, you know that you're not supposed to do that. He says, yes, but you look so lonely. And basically starts flirting with her. And he's like, it's been years since your husband passed. Maybe it's time to find a new one. And she's like, don't push it, Dane.
Oh boy.
And he's like, okay, fine, fine, fine. We've been friends a long, long time. I want to see you happy, Dan. She's like, go sit down. I'll turn you into a frog again. He's like, oh, not
You
that.
almost lost your teacher just now, Biff.
He's like, I still have.
Right?
He's like, I think I still have the warts. And he goes over, kind of pouting, and goes sits in his chair. Now he looks for a minute, and he looks over at the name tags, and he like looks and goes, eh. And he goes and sits down at his seat. So there's a space between Rain and him for Cereal to sit. The other two bards will come over and say, hey, we're at the other side. Don't do anything to embarrass the school. He's like, me?
Too late.
Never. And he chuckles as his own joke. So, Biff, you watch as a cart is rolled out, and you hear, dinner is served. And they begin putting plates out in front of everyone. Dasher will like jump up on the cart, pick up one of after all the plates are taken off, he has a couple of pots. And he will look at Leo and he says, roll me around. And he has a little pot with a ladle.
I will proceed to roll him around.
You take him to each plate and he will pour a special sauce on each of the plates, giving it the last touch. Everybody will wait comfortably as the sauce is being served, and he will personally finish each plate off as they're serve their food. And then he will be, please, it is my finest work. Enjoy. And he will give like a really awkward bow to Lady Asterio. And then everybody will start eating. But if you figure you have maybe 20 minutes left before you're going to be called out on stage.
Okay. I mean, I'm ready now.
Okay.
They're
Well,
ready for me.
So it's gonna be the longest
Who
20 minutes
knows?
of your life.
Maybe they're not gonna be ready for me because I'm so cool.
I'd be sad Biff like trips on the way to the stage.
Yep.
All right. So there will be conversation, casual conversation. Gimbal, you will be asked. So tell us the story on how you acquired the prow.
Oh. Hmm. Oh,
Minus
yes,
the murder.
absolutely.
I remember this story.
I
Well,
believe I heard bits and pieces, but I would like to hear it from the source. Everybody kind of like takes a bite quietly and like starts listening intently to Gimbal. Everybody's focused on Gimbal. Cyril, did you make it to the table yet, or are you still with Biff?
I'm still with Biff
Okay.
until Biff tells me to leave or I get kicked out by someone else. I'm still with her.
At one point, like when they're serving dinner, they would come get you and be like, "Dinner's being served. Would you like to take?" Wait, no, you're a cat right now. So they would come out and look and not even talk to you.
Yep.
So they're like,
Worked out perfectly.
So Gimbal and
See,
Rain,
Gimbal, this is how you do it.
you would hear the conversations about like the fur bug is missing. We don't know where she went. She'll turn up. Relax. Like they're looking for her. Should we serve without her? Yes, go ahead and serve. Sure, she's fine.
I'll turn
Mentally,
to
she is
Gimbal.
not fine right now, but that's
Okay.
fine.
But that's fine.
I hear this. I'll turn to Gimbal. Like, should I go get the cat?
no, I think they'll stay with Biff. Help them
Okay.
prepare.
So these basically everybody's going on and having their conversations, and again, so Gimbal.
You okay? Just, uh, The story, yeah, sure, absolutely. Um, and so I well it was really sort of happenstance, right place, right time, sort of happenstance where me and some of my companions, and I gesture towards Rain, were working with the city guard to track down some abnormalities and crimes in the area, which led us to a confrontation with a. We discovered a ring of drow smugglers who were operating out of the prow as they had displaced the previous ownership. Um, and after we found that out, we worked with the local guards to sort of section off this part of the city, and we headed in to remove the um, drow from their smuggling seat here in the ship's prow. Um, there was quite a scuffle that we got into, and part of the tavern was burned in the process. Um, but we sort of dismantled that portion of that smuggling ring, and as the drow had unfortunately removed the previous tenants, um, we were gifted the prow to watch after, and sort of became our new base of operations and center of gathering for me and my companions.
She, she will smile as you're telling your story, and then she'll look over at Doran and she says, "Is weren't you involved in that?" Doran says, "Only slightly, milady. It is how I met my love here." Artemis would just kind of scoff at him, like, and keep eating.
Yeah, was it Gimbal or Artemis that burned the place down?
Actually, it was Dell.
It was Dill.
Oh.
Oh, by the way,
Gimbal hadn't found his love of fire yet.
yeah, Gimbal hadn't discovered it
Yeah.
yet. It
Speaking
was
of,
Dell.
what is Dell the current Dell doing?
So
What
I
is-
was just about to tell you because Biff is talking, but I can't hear her. No? Okay. So, Gimbal, while this conversation is going on and everybody's like laughing and joking around, you notice there's a plant by the stage.
Is it like problematically close?
It's like it could just basically reach a hand and touch the stage.
Hmm.
Like it's been propped right in front of it.
Is it asymmetrical? Like there's just one?
Yes.
Okay.
It also has on boots.
Yeah.
So it's
Oh.
also wearing boots.
Wait, where did the plant get boots?
You guys gave Dell boots.
I think he acquired them.
He acquired them on his own. And it's funny because they're filled with dirt, and every now and then he pours water in them.
That's so much better.
It's he grew from the plant of Wally.
Oh, okay.
I just sort of like noticed that out of the corner of my eye, and I'm just like, oh no. It's one of those things that I'm just gonna like keep an eye on it and make sure that no one tries to disturb the plant, and the plant doesn't try to disturb anyone.
Okay, no problem. So, you hear like voices like, "Didn't we have that moved?" I thought we did. Oh, well, just we're gonna have to write her up. So, you continue talking. Everyone seems to be having a good old time. Most of the meals are done. Who would like to roll for Dasher's creation? Don't all raise your hands at once.
Is it just a straight 20 that you have against Rome?
Straight 20.
I guess I can do it.
All right, go for it, Leo.
See what happens. I hope I roll well for him.
Wow. All right.
I don't know if
People-
that's a
Two.
good wow or a bad wow.
So Gimbal,
Mm.
people are just like our compliments to your chef. This is amazing. Dude rolled a 19.
Nice.
Leo rolled a 19.
Woo!
And that's not counting dashes pluses. That's just straight 19. So
Well, that's good because he told me not to fuck it up, so it's always good to.
Yeah,
I'm so glad you rolled too. Hey Fury, how you doing? I'm so glad you rolled too. That's great. All right. So
Right? It
yes,
worked out.
there are compliments going about. People are like, this is amazing. Like, we have to is he on the market? Does they're basically like trying to like barter for your chef right now.
I was like,
And the people you're
well, you
sitting
know-
with, these are like nobles and dignitaries, and they're just talking about how good the food is. I've never had what is this called?
Oh, I'm sure that he would love to answer all your questions. At the end of the night, I'm sure we can make some time, and we'll have the chef talk to you directly if you have any further questions.
Yes, I believe after the show we're going to be having cocktails in the main seating area.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Plenty of time for conversing.
People's like, what? I want you people to just leave.
Like, wait, it's not over yet? Why isn't it over yet? I've been here for a whole 5 minutes eating my food.
All right, it will be longer than 5 minutes.
No, I know, but he's wishing that it would only be just the 5 minutes dealing with this party, right, Kimball?
Oh yeah.
Give or take.
Okay, so the food is delicious. Even you guys who try it, like, it is really good. Everybody seems to enjoy it except... Oh no, none of you are paying attention. So never
If
mind.
they don't like the food, then nobody cares, unless
Right.
it's of course the guest of honor.
Right. No. She doesn't say anything, but she definitely seems pleased. She only eats a small amount though. And Gimble's getting life choices.
It's so many life choices. Oh.
I'm like,
You're welcome.
hey. So, eventually, now there are servants here, but these are not your staff. This is they obviously bought these from the castle. So there are servants that are just running about, clearing plates, cleaning up the area, and setting down glasses of wine, setting down wine glasses and then filling them from containers. So wine is being served, and eventually they will say, make this a monthly occurrence, eventually say, I believe we are ready for the guest, the Emerald Bard. And people start.
Yay.
Would you like to introduce her to the crowds, Master Kimball?
Yes, of course.
He wants nothing more than that exact thing.
You get away from the table at least.
Yeah.
Careful what you ask
Yeah,
for.
it's like, okay, get away from the 20 people. Looks out to the 20,000.
Right.
I want to go back.
I do have a thing that I want to do as she's leaving the interior onto the roof, though. Just as a heads up, DM.
I'm sorry. Say that again, Sarah.
I did have something that I wanted to do for her entrance to make it really cool and spiffy.
Okay.
Whenever she gets to that point, just as FYI.
Yeah, that's fine. I will make sure. Just tell me what it is you want to do, because this is all on you guys. I'm just moving it along.
I don't need any more pressure on me. Don't you dare. No, I'm just joking.
Right.
I just meant I'm just progressing it along. All right, Gimbal, you walk out and look at the sea of 1,000 people. You don't know if it's 20,000 people. You just know that the ship's prow is here on a corner, and there's a street here, and then 2 streets that go away, and pretty much as far as you can see, there's people.
Nice.
Yep. Hmm.
Also, griffins and soldiers.
You got this.
Let's not forget the
Make anything
griffins.
Absolutely. Won't forget the Griffins. Um, so Gimbal will sort of walk out on the stage very slowly and just, oh, wow, that's a lot.
Hey, bring on the party!
And I'll just sort of snap my fingers and stand up on a stool so that I'm actually like not just a speck on top of the stage.
He doesn't have a height complex.
um, yeah, it's more just like, prepare everything. If everything is prepared, nothing can go wrong. And I'll just
Sure.
sort of step up. Um,
Is it-
and I will just sort of clear my throat and then just it is my honor to introduce to all of you
So as you
the
start,
star of tonight.
so as you start speaking and clearing your throat, you realize that your voice is magically being amplified.
Oh, thank God, because I can't do that one.
you see
Um,
like
You
you
don't
see
have
the
to worry about
dwarf
that, then.
wizard. You see the dwarf like giving you the thumbs up from the side.
but I just introduce the star of tonight to all of you. The ship's prow's one and only Emerald Bard.
Yay! And you can like shuffle out of there.
I snap my fingers, stool disappears, and return to my seat.
Okay, hold on before you step out, Biff, because I'm gonna let you guys describe what's going on between you and Serial. Also, Rhino, can you time out Cole? I don't know
Yep.
why. I don't know why he got timed out. I didn't see the message.
He did the dot 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 dot.
Oh,
thing.
Oh.
yeah. I don't know why it hates the dots. I couldn't find it. I'm gonna have to look again. But it is Stream Elements that's doing it. We apologize. Sorry about that. All right, the moment has come. Serial, Biff, do you have it figured out which one of you is gonna go? Like explain, or you want to just like work it out while we go?
So I didn't mention one of the things that I was gonna do because I just thought of it shortly before. But the plan is that Serial is going to be using shape water throughout uh, the performance and using that to kind of create different shapes and changing color of the water, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
That's during the performance. But her entrance, I was thinking of using Healing Spirit real quick and just like having her go through like the shiny, like fey-like energy that she'd have to go through the portal, and it would look really cool. I was
Okay.
thinking. And so it's basically like a fey spirit sort of thing standing in the doorway for a split second that she would just then pass through, and I was thinking that that would look really cool.
So
And then
you
like
are
as
no
she's
longer a cat, though.
no, I would have had to change out of cat beforehand. So like leading up to it, it was like, okay, breathe in, breathe out, get over your panic attack, Serial. We're good, we're fine. And then she would have also had to like go downstairs and grab a bucket of water or something like that, so she can actually have something to play with in the performance itself, real quick.
All right. Well, you could have did that beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying is like that preparation happened at some point during this fun evening. But yeah, that is my plans as far as that goes. And then right before she gets out of my touch radius, I want to enhance ability and do Eagle Splendor so that she has help with the performance.
All right. How long does Eagle Splendor last?
An hour.
It's not concentration, right?
It is.
Shape water is not?
According to this, no.
Okay. I'm just making sure. Just want to make sure we're not trying to do too...
Yep. No, I get it. So Healing Spirit is, so basically it would be, that would be up first, she has this really cool the really cool entrance, and as she's passing through the like the Fey spirit, Serial will just reach up, touch her, and have Eagle Splendor.
All right.
Actually, is that even a touch spell? Yeah, it is, right?
So
Yes.
as you're doing that and preparing, Gimbal, you notice Lady of Waterdeep kind of nods off to the side, and you see two wizards kind of like run forward to either side of the portal. Okay, so and they start casting a spell. You watch as these blue lines of energy like form in the air above where you all sit.
That's a good thing.
I'm just like, just watching to see what happens with that.
It's huge.
Yeah,
And it's like
I imagine.
floating in the air, way above like where Biff would be actually standing.
Did they just turn the jumbotron on?
Yep.
No,
Nice.
God.
Guys, we're going to be famous. Okay, let's get this party rolling. And
Got this,
Biff
Biff.
will walk on stage. Simultaneous things with Serial will happen, and Biff will come out with her loot all shiny and then nice.
All
Because I
right.
paid a pretty penny for it.
So what all of you see is in this the blue lights above, there is a like a holographic image of Biff as she walks out onto the stage. So it's more like the holograms from like Star Wars, where it's just that shimmering blue. It's kind of like that, except it doesn't waver and glitch so much. But Biff is up there, and you hear people just start yelling and screaming. Not bloody murder, like cheers of huzzah and hey,
Oh, the goblin!
Is there
He doesn't have
you see like
being
like
down out front? Is there
green
murmurs about her being
towels
a
being like waved back and forth in the air.
I'm curious on how many people didn't know she was a goblin and are just finding out
Yeah,
now.
right?
Wait, I thought it was the one with the antlers.
Right? And
Right, everyone's
yeah. There are you do see a couple of people in the room with some confused faces. But most of them are just like they all look towards Lady Asterio for the cues. Since she is smiling and looks content, most of them just turn back and start applauding. Yeah, okay. Of course, there's quite a few that. So you notice that Thane is. Oh, hey, another raid.
Raided.
Hey, Foxy, how are you? Welcome in.
Perfect timing! Shit's about to get real again!
The timing is so good
Yeah,
today.
the
We're
time. I
high.
know all the raids are coming in at the
Yeah.
perfect time. So welcome in. Hope you enjoy. We'll see how this goes. But Biff is about to like make some rolls and skill checks for her performances.
I'm
So
about to make it or break it.
So like I said, everybody looks over at Stereo and follows her cue. When she's smiling and looking pleased, everybody just starts clapping and they start looking over, maybe at each other, a little bit confused. There is one person that's not clapping, and it's Serge or Sergey.
Yeah, we figured that jerk wouldn't be happy.
Biff, you
I'm
have
just
another
want to figure out
inspiration.
what his beef is.
Oh snap!
I already have 3.
Jealousy.
Oh, well, you know what? Tonight's important. You'll have 4.
Yes.
I'm sure you'll be going
Yeah.
through them just as quickly
Yeah,
as they're
every
coming.
roll, every single roll.
She's like, yes, scared the hell out of me. Okay.
Right.
So, so in the crowd, there's a similar reaction, but for the most part, everybody's just like, we're drunk and nobody even notices.
Yeah,
You've been feeling that, like, you've been feeling it out there for the longest time with alcohol, so nobody is, like, saying shit. Some of the nobles might, but they're not loud and energetic. So, hey, Goblin Bard, great.
Yay.
So you take your stage, you pull out your shiny loot. Serial is basically sending, what is it, jets of water around her, or like spiraling water patterns? Like, what exactly is happening, Serial?
Yeah. Okay, so the healing spirit is more so as she walks through. Not that it actually heals, but it's just more like a
Right, it was an entrance
it looks
effect.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an entrance effect. And then once it actually starts, I'm going to be using water to like do different shapes. Maybe have it kind of like flow around her every once in a while, change the color, those types of stuffs.
Okay.
I didn't have anything like very specific in mind. Just kind of Serial's just playing with water. That's what she's doing.
Okay.
And trying to help Biff.
All right. So yeah, so you're practicing. So do me a favor. It's you're manipulating the water in like different ways. Not anything that's not heard of a spell, but mostly you're trying to be artistic with it, not just effective with it.
Okay.
So I want to see how good your manipulation of it is. Usually we roll arcane for that, but your spells are not arcane. Yours would be divine.
No.
So let's roll religion.
Ew.
Sorry,
Which
it's
is
the only
probably lower
Can we
than
do
her
can we
arcana.
do nature?
Cool, dude.
Give me your
I
reason.
just-
Give me
someone
your
had a good-
reasoning for nature.
I mean, I would assume that Serial is more one with nature rather than the religious things. So, and she is using water, which is not something that was religious based. It's very natural based.
All right,
Back to the
I'll buy
that
it.
I have.
Go ahead. Roll a nature check.
They're both intelligence checks. One of them is just
Oh.
Yeah, but one of them I actually have. One of them
yeah,
I
one of them you have
actually
proficiency in.
have proficiency.
Fair enough. Go ahead. Roll it up. I don't know why it rolled with disadvantage.
Wait, they rolled with disadvantage?
Why did it roll with disadvantage?
I'm trying to figure out. Did you click on the disadvantage for some reason?
Oh, for some reason she has a level of exhaustion.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that might have been from before when we were doing all the.
Before we got rest and stuff in.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
thing is,
Oh yeah.
she had a 20 and a 17. Right? And I don't want to take the 20 away from her, but I can't just give it to you. So if you re-roll, let's do. All right, this is what we're gonna do because these rolls are important. This is what we're gonna do. Roll a d4. A 1 and a 2, you keep the 20. 3 and 4, you get the 17. And I'm gonna take off the exhaustion. Don't roll anything yet. I didn't realize you still
So
had that
I
on
saw
you.
I didn't either.
Saw something that I thought was interesting where, paladins, religious, charisma, and then you have clerics who are typically wisdom based
Mhm.
and religious. Religion checks neither wisdom or charisma.
I know.
Yeah.
Intelligence.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because like nature and religion are both considered like your knowledge of religion and your knowledge of the natural world.
All right, so
But
roll
if you
that
want to
d4.
survive in it, that's different.
So
Should
the
I roll
one-
it openly?
Yeah, you can roll
Or no?
open. The one or the 2, you get to keep the 20.
Nope.
All right, we're going with the
That checks
17.
out.
All right, so you are manipulating water around Biff. It is something that you're capable of doing, but it's not anything like. I mean, it's kind of cool, but it's not anything most of these people probably sitting here haven't seen before. But you're working it. It fits with her
Frickin'
tempos and
magic
everything.
peoples.
Well, yeah,
Was it a
half the people.
17 before or after modifiers? Just out of curiosity. I want to see how well they do.
No, after modifiers was 21.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
I actually, again,
Should
I
have.
was able to get him to do the nature effect sort of scenario, so
Yeah,
I went from a 17 to a 21, y'all.
yeah. So you get to keep. Yeah, you get to keep 21. But remember, it's
very
like,
impressive for the casual audience.
yeah. If
Yeah.
this would have been
Yes.
like the people down in the crowd, like the regular people down in the crowd, they would all
Yeah.
be head over heels. But remember, this is a room full of like high level magic users and like adventurers, so it was a
They
little
know
bit
what
higher.
I'm doing. That's fine.
Yeah, but I mean, it still looks fantastic. It's just, it's not
They
like
should appreciate the effort.
I was gonna say it's more so Serial's way of trying to help Biff. She doesn't care what it looks like so long as it helps Biff.
no, you have to be into the effects. Okay, So Biff, you're gonna open.
Yes.
What are you singing?
So I'll start with like one of the more popular, but hard songs. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna go right out the gate with it.
Okay.
Actually, no, we're gonna start with the marriage song. Make them low ball it so their balls are lowered in the court. So I'll start with the marriage song. 'Cause that's what we came here to do originally.
I have a feeling there's just gonna be balls of fire like shooting up from the stage in a second.
I know, right? I'm so afraid. I'm so afraid.
Okay, so Biff, um, I will need you. You're gonna start doing some performance checks. All right.
Luggy.
Now, I'm not gonna make you roll 20 performance checks. We're gonna do them
Okay.
by groups. So the
Okay.
marriage song is one of your easiest songs. It's like a warm-up intro song, but it's a very popular song. Now, it wasn't easy, but it's easier than the rest of them that you were given because remember you went there looking for that one.
Right.
So I will ask you to roll one performance check for that one.
Okay.
And you also get advantage on all because Eagle Splinter is up for the hour.
Yes. So you don't have to you don't have to use your um the things.
Inspiration.
Yeah, don't use your
You
inspirations.
don't use your
for
inspirations because you
charisma.
have the
Can I
advantages.
roll it
right now.
open so we can all see what happens?
Well, the chat will see it because it will go into the chat immediately. But if you
I
would
mean,
like,
everyone-
but if you would like to roll it open, yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so performance. Let's go. Baby can't roll lower than a 12.
Okay, that is a
Nice.
28.
That's good.
So
Nice.
you crushed the song, like So Gimbal, you have like all these people sitting at the table, and yes, your buddy is on the table with you, but he's sitting on the other side. The wine guy. He's at the other side.
Oh yeah, that
Okay.
guy. That guy.
All right, but just over past where Serial and Rain should be, you see basically one of the professors of the college, and he is just sitting there like watching, and he like looks over like you like, I'm proud of that. Like he had nothing to do with it, but he's proud of it. Like, and yes, out in the audience, people are like just lighters up. Like
Hell yeah, boy.
So you managed to pull that song off, like not a single note out of tune, not a single like miss note. You crush it.
Round 1 complete.
Fight no. So now
Wait,
what are you
how
gonna
many
do?
rounds is there?
So she has 19 songs under her belt, but she has to tell me how she wants to break them up. If you want to roll for each one instead of doing them in groups, but you're telling me how you want your performance to be. Like, do you want to take a couple of songs and just roll into them? Do you want to do each one as an individual performance? Do you want to take a break? It's your show. You got to tell me how you want to do it. I just tell you when to roll.
I feel like I kind of would have grouped them up kind of like a story where like it goes from like happy and then it'll go towards more like maybe more peaceful and then maybe like if they're somber songs go into somber, like kind of tell a story with like so I would group them by maybe like theme so
Okay.
that they would make more of a variety of emotions but all still be like a good performance as like it all ties together. It's like,
Sounds perfect. So then the first set of songs will be mostly by human composers, and there's about 6 of them. So you can roll once for all 6.
okay, we got this, guys. Got this.
Just remember.
Gotcha.
All right.
Okay. Oh my God,
20
13 still gets you 25. My God.
Yeah, she is killing it.
This is her place,
Really, really good at what she does.
She is.
right? This is her spotlight
So
on purpose.
you come through, you sing all these songs. Now, Biff, they are challenging. They're draining on you. You're playing the music and the songs for the songs. All right, and you're using a single instrument. And most of these scores were written for orchestras. So you're playing all the music with one instrument and using your voice, and you're killing it. People are just sitting there in awe. Like some of them are just excited and start clapping. There's people out in the audience that are just yelling, "We love you!" and just like strings of emotion. You have done about a third of the song so far.
Can we get a live update on Douche Canoe's face?
Yeah.
He looks like he is seething.
Nice.
Does
Nice.
Serial see this
Amazing.
Live
at all,
update.
or know of it, or no?
So you probably notice it's Serial, but you're focusing more on keeping the spell moving.
Right.
So you can't see him sitting there. He is seething. Like,
Okay.
there is some hatred there.
So every spare moment that I have in between casts, or however that works, I'll just be kind of keeping a loose eye on him to make sure that he doesn't do something that he shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
To try to mess the moment up for Biff.
Okay, that's fine. Leo, what are
we
you
all
doing?
notice this?
Nothing.
Okay.
Running.
I'm just
He's
watching you
running
running
away.
around the bar. Like, what are you doing?
Just fidgeting.
I'm
He is
assisting.
out.
I'm live action playing my assist. I am helping
It's like,
everyone.
how do I get more flag? And then I have to refill the cast. And then I like tap the keg. And then I
Let
like
me
move the
roleplay
chips.
in my head.
That's fine. I was just wondering what you were doing. Okay. All right.
I was having some lighting issues on the map, so I needed to move myself.
Are you on opera soon? Okay. I'm sorry. I was just reading through Drake's things. All right. So you're still doing your thing, Biff. You have 12 songs to go.
Okay, 12 songs. So how many songs did I just play? 6?
You played 7. Remember, you did the marriage one
Settle
separately.
in.
Okay. How winded do I feel at this point after playing the first 7?
Roll me a Constitution check.
Constitution check.
You're putting your heart and soul into these songs. It is taking a toll on you, but you think you're Biff. You can do it, but it's
Right.
it's taking a toll on you.
Okay. Then I want to keep it safe. I'll ask for like an intermission.
Okay.
So that way like I could get some water and like just kind of re-pep myself up.
Okay, so you just gonna tell everybody, all right, we're gonna take a break right now. Like, just step back.
I'm just gonna after the last song I'll do a bow and then I'll be like, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for hearing the first half of my performance. If you are wowed now, can't wait for you to be wowed in our second half of our performance. But for now, I will need to get a drink of water, for my lungs are small, and so is my mouth. And I'll smile and walk away.
There's a lot of There's a lot of cheering and clapping, and you kind of leave the stage. For a second, the blue screen will fade. And you see like the ones that were maintaining it kind of crack their knuckles, stretch out their shoulders, and get ready for like the next half. Now, mind you, you did 7, you got 12 to go, so you're not exactly at half.
It's
This
fine.
is Biff.
We're gonna
Maybe she's
steamroll
saving
the
for-
rest of it.
But it's Biff.
Maybe she's
so...
saving for an encore.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
Planned for an
Yeah.
encore.
There
So-
you go. There you go.
My lungs is small, so is my
Say
mouth.
that.
That's
Don't say
I know.
that. Why would you
So-
say that?
When you step off the stage, a lot of people will kind of stand up and like also stretch out and move, and you'll see Thane will stand up and walk over to you. He's like, "It's an amazing find. She is going to be a hit." And he will go over and walk over to you, Biff.
I was gonna say, as soon as Biff
Hello.
said that she was ready for a break, Serial would be by her side as soon as she possibly could.
Yeah, that's fine. He walks
Hello.
over. He's like, "Biff, my beefy smelling friend, you're doing fantastic."
Hi. Thank you. I am doing my best.
Oh, I'm. You don't understand what this is going to do for your career. Your notoriety. You're going to be famous. We're going to be famous. Kind of like basically grabs your hands and dances a little bit and like spins you around. And he'll kind of look over at
I'll dance with
Serial.
him.
He'll look over at Serial. Like, and he'll grab your hands and spin you around and dance with you too.
I would like to see him try. I'm like 500 pounds.
Right. Yeah. He goes
He tries,
to.
and I'm like,
You're just like. He's like. Oh, okay. He'll kind of like lift your hand up and like go around it and then like dance off to. She's not very friendly.
Just more like a bodyguard type friend, you know?
Oh well, I mean,
have you ever danced before? She'll just whisper that kind of towards Biff.
I'll just smile.
no. She should get used to it. There'll be plenty of dancing. And he's gonna like basically spin away, like giving himself a little spin as he like goes off to talk to the other table.
Okay. Alright, I'll just I'll recoup and then I'll go back on stage.
So, Gimbal, while the things are going on in the intermission, Gimbal, Hammond is gonna come over and talk to you. He does have Genie in tow, and he's going to look at you. He is sweating. Like his shirt is drenched. He is just pouring sweat. He looks so nervous.